2 months ago, a bunch of miners went into these woods to go dig something up, and they never returned. The local villagers say whatever they dug up was still alive down there, and we'll never see them again. But lately, villagers have been gone missing, and one of the miners has been seen lurking around the woods. Only has changed. His eyes are gone, or so the villagers say. But one thing's for sure, something terrible happened to those villagers down there. And that's where I come in. Me and my friend Void have been tasked to find where the missing villagers went, find the mine, and seal it up. But before we could do that, we needed a base. So when we spawned into the world, we got wood, stone, so we could make basic tools, and we set out to look for a good base location. Along the path we ran into the village, where the villagers had gone missing from, except by the time we got there, all of the villagers were gone. Not a single villager left alive in the village. It's not like they were zombies or something, they're just all gone. I guess they wouldn't mind if I take their beds and emeralds anymore. And I even recycled their iron golem for them, because I guess they don't need him anymore. But soon enough, night fell, so we barricaded ourselves in a villager's house and waited out the night. Cinematic scenes of the forest at nighttime. Ooh, spooky. The next morning we collected wood around the village before we left and continued on our journey to find the 6 original lost villages. We travelled along the coast and down the river until eventually we found our first one, Brian. Not long later, we found the perfect base location. A steep mountain with a river on one side and a dark oak forest on the other. So I put my chest down and set up a little camp for the night. The next morning I began construction on my Hobbit hole. This would become my base of operations in my quest to find all 6 villages. But while I worked on my base, Void was making his base and a bridge over the river. By the time we could start looking for the next lost villager, it found me first. I sailed my boat as far down that river as I could. There was a chance he was still chasing me. But soon, I realized it wasn't a coincidence he chased me this way. He was luring me somewhere. He brought me back to the ancient crypt, back to where him and the other 5 miners got lost. So of course I had to investigate. But right then, when I was about to enter, I got teleported back to Void. So I took that as a sign that maybe I shouldn't go inside alone. So when I got back to my base, I started working on a solid entrance to keep those creatures out. And a solid wall of fence gates should work. And after that I kept working on the inside, so I actually had a room for a bed and a crafting table. So overall, 6 villages went down to the crypt. The villagers know the fate of one of them, and I found the second one. So I need to find out what happened to the last 4 villages. Only I have a feeling they're going to be more dangerous than the first 2, because all the villagers in the village were gone, because they live in the same woods as those creatures. After I finished the main corridor in my base, Void finally finished the bridge between our bases. We could finally go exploring, but something was stopping us from sleeping.
I see you.
After the thing disappeared, we ran across the river to Void's house so he could give me a house tour, and we realized it didn't really run away. It was stalking us, waiting for the right time to attack.
I see you. Do you know what happened to me? This thing inside me, it's controlling me. I can't help myself. I am in pain. My skin is stretched to its limits. Please, ever since the accident.
By the next morning, we found the third missing villager. Now we know what happened to them in the ancient crypt. Some sort of parasite crawled inside them and was controlling them from the inside. So he basically warned us not to go in the crypt. But, we needed to find out if the other 3 villagers were alive. So, after a fresh morning of building, we set out down the river towards the ancient crypt. When we got there, we split up to look for clues to what might have happened down there, or possibly even some loot. And that's when I heard a distant call for help from one of the villagers. We weren't alone down here. Despite the loot, this place was a maze, a very dark and dangerous maze. It didn't help that we were looking for the creature that was hunting us. So me and Void decided we should meet up so it would be safer, at least until we got separated again. So while I was searching for our way out, Void ran into the creature that was hunting us, the 4th lost villager. So after about 30 seconds of searching, we found Void's dead body, and he got his loot back. After that, we didn't waste any time getting back up to the surface. In fact, we dug a hole halfway back up to the main room, and then we just ran the rest of the way. Of course, we took time to climb up a hill on our way back home and goof around for a bit. Anyway, eventually when we got home, I had an unexpected guest in my house. That night, I finished digging the inside of my Hobbit hole. I also saw one of them watching me while I was chopping trees outside. And again, the same thing the next morning when I went outside. It was obvious our area was getting more dangerous. If we couldn't find the last 2 creatures soon, we wouldn't survive here for long. But the Mimicker wasn't done with me yet. because when I went outside to decorate my house, well, anyway, after that, I decorated one of my Hobbit holes. I added a see-through window and some round edges to the outside. And I also added a barricade inside my house that splits it in half. So if something gets in one side, I can always just run to the other half of my base instead of being stranded outside in the river. By the next day, we decided if the last two creatures hadn't found us, we would go out and find them. So we left our base to go find the last two creatures. While we explored, we mainly stuck to the beaches so we could make an easy escape if we found something lurking in the woods. But after the first day of exploring, all we ever found was a lava pool on a mountain. And as it got dark, I mined obsidian while Void searched the local caves for diamonds. And the next day, we were ready to keep looking for the creatures, until one of them found us. It was hard to see what spawned, but it was the Void Dweller. So after that, we kept following the rivers until we got back home. After I survived yet another attack from the Mimicker, I finished my base that night. I cleaned out my storage across 3 chests, and my base was finished. I added a small staircase that went inside the mountain and up to the surface. When it was done, I connected my base to a dark oak forest biome. Yeah, I forgot to close the staircase off, so of course something happened. So as soon as I got back to my base, I built a doorway to stop those things from just walking into my house. But of course a door doesn't hold back all of the creatures. So when my house was safe the second time, I rebuilt the door and added a solid wall behind it, so there's no chance anything's gonna get through that, as long as I leave my main door closed.
I see you.
After all this time, we still couldn't find the last lost villager. Yeah, so 6 villagers went missing in the ancient crypt, and we only found 5 creatures. So maybe he's still alive down there. Maybe he escaped. But I guess we'll never know, because that's the end. I really liked making this video, and I'm gonna keep making more videos like it, so please, if you like it, subscribe. If you have advice, comment or something. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.